Good morning. Ugh, there we go. How's it going? Back on the live stream train after being away for almost a week and then being off for a couple days. I thought it was important to talk about having off days because I think it's something that not a lot of entrepreneurs talk about, and I feel as though many people just assume that if you're having an off day or a shitty day or a down day or whatever you want to call it, that you're a failure and that, you know, maybe you're not cut out to be an entrepreneur or whatever, which is simply not the case. So I kind of want to talk about that today. Myself, I mean, I was away from, what was it, Tuesday till Saturday, and I've kind of had an off day since I got back, really. And today's been, you know, one of those days where I'm finally feeling like, okay, I'm back at it, I've got this is no problem, I'm amazing, whatever. Just, you know, talking myself up. But for the last few days, I have had multiple off days. And I'm not saying off days meaning like I've taken time off, but off days meaning I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do anything. And of course, it's just not possible. There's a lot of things that I have to do if I want to continue to grow my empire the way that I am and to make the impact and the income that I am making and want to make in the future. I have to show up every day, right? Like I have to show up, I have to put in the work, I have to do what's necessary to reach those goals. And so I thought that it would be something really important to talk about. And having those off days, you know, is not, okay, I'm feeling like really bright here. And having those off days does not mean you're a failure, does not mean that you're not cut out to be an entrepreneur, does not mean that you suck at life. It's just, it happens, right? We're human and it's going to happen. And I think the other thing too that's important to understand is that there are so many people that have off days all the time, right? Like every other day is an off day, and that's okay too. As long as when you are having those off days, you know what to do to kind of power through them. And I'm not saying that you should ignore your feelings, because you should pay attention to your feelings and you should feel your feelings, but at the same time you also have to be showing up and doing the work and you know, putting your one foot in front of the other and putting your best foot forward is what I was going for there. And so for me, I mean, I was away for, how was that, Tuesday to Saturday, was that 5 days, something like that. And so the whole time I was away, I mean, I was traveling for 2 of those days. The other 3 days I was at a conference, I was hanging out with friends there, I was going out to eat lunch and dinner and breakfast whenever I wanted to. I was drinking so much coffee, and I don't drink coffee, so that was different for me. And I started waking up with headaches and shit when I got home because of the lack of caffeine, because I don't drink caffeine usually. And you know, I went to the conference that was there, and I spent a lot of time with friends that were there, and I mean, it was just a different routine for me. Plus, not to mention, there's a 3-hour time difference, which threw me off as well. So there was a lot of things going on that were different from my normal routine, and it really threw me off, obviously, to the point even where while I was there, although I was still showing up every day, I most certainly was not doing all of the things necessary that I needed to do, and so I got behind on some things. I had new projects and new things come in from my team that I was supposed to get done and still haven't gotten done, and so it's very, very chaotic right now. And you know, that's probably a good reason why I've had a couple of off days since I've been back, because I have to readjust, number one, to the time change. I have to readjust to the 0 caffeine that I normally live on. I have to adjust to, you know, the new routine, right? Because there I had 0 responsibilities. I could do whatever I wanted to, whenever I wanted to. I didn't really have anywhere to be if I didn't want to be there. Whereas obviously at home I have kids, I have, you know, things, responsibilities at home that I have to take care of, and so I do have to be in certain places at certain times. That's just how my life is normally. So it was, even though I was only away for like 5 days, it's been a really big adjustment coming back, and I didn't think it would be, especially considering when we went to Ireland back in August. You know, we were away for 2 weeks, and the time difference was even greater. So I don't know. I don't know why it was such a big deal, but it was. And so I've had a couple of off days where I haven't been doing the work and I haven't been getting the stuff done that I needed to get done. And so first of all, I just wanted to, you know, if you're going through this, I just wanted you to know that it's totally normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not like strange because you're going through this, and maybe you go through this very often. That's normal too. There's a lot of people who go through this all the time. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It doesn't mean that your business can't be successful or you can't be successful. It just means that you have to find a way to work through that. And so that's, you know, kind of what I wanted to talk about today, where one of the things that I have been forcing myself to do, and yes, I really do have to force myself to do it, is to simply get out of bed, right? Sounds pretty easy, but it's not. So I have to force myself to simply get out of bed in the morning, and I notice that as soon as I get out of bed, I instantly have way more energy, right? I think it's the being really cold, and then I'm under like the really warm blankets, and I'm nice and cozy, and then I get out of that, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm awake, right? Like it wakes me up almost instantly. So that's like the number one thing that I have to do, and to be honest with you, it's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is actually standing up after you've been laying in bed for a couple hours and you're really warm and you're cozy. The hardest thing to do is to get out of bed. So I found that once I do that, I instantly have more energy. It might not be that much energy, but it's definitely way more energy than had I stayed in bed. And a lot of times what I would do too is I would stay in bed, I would get out my phone. Hi, Mariana. I would get on my phone and, you know, I would check my messages. I would go through client stuff, and I'd be like, look, I'm being productive and I can stay in bed. It's no big deal. I'm getting shit done. But then what would happen was I would start to get really tired again because I was working, I was laying down, I was nice and cozy. It was still dark outside. And so I'm a little off today. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm still getting over my offness. And yeah, so it's like one of those things where as soon as I throw the blankets off and I stand up, I'm ready, right? And I cannot sit back down. So that's like a rule that I have for myself, is I'm not allowed to, well, I can sit down. I can't lay back down. So I get up, I immediately, like, you know, blankets are gone, put them away, pillows away, all that stuff. Everything goes away so that I can't lay down again. And I just stand up, and that's the first thing. And then, so what I do from there is I immediately grab my journal like I do every day, and I sit down. I don't lay down. I sit down and I write in my journal. And the very first thing that I write in my journal is how I want to feel today. So for example, for today, I wish I brought my journal with me down here. So today I was writing, today I feel productive. Today I feel energetic. Today I feel refreshed. Today I feel alive. Today I feel ready and willing. Today I feel rich. Today I feel happy. There's probably some other ones that I'm forgetting, but that's, you know, how I start my day is how I want to feel, not how I'm currently feeling, but how I want to feel that day, right? And so that's what I will do, is I will say, this is how I want to feel. I don't want to feel sluggish. I don't want to feel tired. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to feel sick or bored or whatever, right? I focus on the way that I want to feel, not how I currently feel. And that also instantly like boosts me up a little bit as well. So I'll automatically feel a little bit better just from getting out of bed, and then I'll feel even a little bit more better from doing my journaling, where I'm writing down how I want to feel. And then from there I do my usual journaling tasks where, you know, I'll write down my dream life as if it's already happened. That always really excites me and pumps me up and gets me ready for the day. So I get right into that. Today, for example, and yesterday, I did a little bit more of the mindset work because I was feeling off. So I was doing a lot of, you know, asking myself questions like, why do you feel this way? You know, what's the worst that can happen today? Why do you feel so down? What would you like to change? What would make you happy right now? Like, I ask myself, I kind of coach myself in my journal. And you'd be surprised, you know, I was talking with a friend yesterday about this, and it's like you would be surprised at the kind of stuff that comes out when you just allow yourself to sit there and write and even ask yourself those questions, right? Like, and I've even done the questions in my journal where I'll say things like, why do I even journal? What is the point of this? This feels so stupid, whatever, right? Like I'll write that stuff down. And a lot of times I'll just sit there for a second and then it'll just come out, right? Like it's like I'm coaching myself in my head. I don't even realize I'm doing it, right? So those are the first two things that I do, right? So I'll get out of bed. That is the most important thing. Get the fuck up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Just get out of bed and then start writing about how you want to feel and what you want your life to look like. Those two things, instant mood booster, I'm telling you. And so from there, it's like, you know, I have to kind of do those tasks that make me feel good, but also those tasks that are going to make me feel energized, right? So I'll usually get up, I'll have some type of healthy breakfast, have my smoothie or green juice or oatmeal or whatever, something that is going to give me energy. And then I will sit down and I will do a little bit of work. Depends what I'm feeling like doing. It's usually messaging or sales or something like that. And then it's, you know, time to get the kids ready for school. So then I have to stop what I'm doing, which sucks, but I have to stop what I'm doing, get the kids ready for school, get them off to school, come home, hop on a live stream because that's going to pump me up too, talk to you guys, and really just allow myself to do the things that feel really good to me and feel natural, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because a lot of times what I was doing was I was forcing myself to do stuff that just felt wrong or that felt weird or that didn't feel like me. And so of course, you know, I would put those off and I would delay them and delay them and delay them, and eventually, you know, I might do them, but they don't turn out that well. And I think it's because honestly I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't into it. And so now I just do whatever the fuck I want. I do whatever comes to me. Of course I do my usual tasks like messaging, mindset, sales, lead generation, content creation, all of those things, my community. Because those things really do make me excited and really do make me happy, and I love doing them. Sometimes, you know, I'm just not in the mood and I don't want to, and I force myself, and it's always worth it. But then there's the other tasks like, you know, webinars, which I hate doing webinars. And then there's, you know, creating opt-ins. I hate doing opt-ins. There's the funnels. I hate doing funnels. And so I just haven't been doing it. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do those. Those things, you know, can definitely help you. And I'm not even saying that I'm not doing them anymore. Like, I'm still going to do them, but it's the kind of stuff that I'm probably going to outsource more, simply because it just sucks my energy and it really drains me and it makes me feel kind of resentful of my business. And so that's really what I'm focusing on next, is outsourcing those tasks, because right now a lot of the stuff I outsource is, you know, stuff that I hate doing, and it's great, but I think I need to add more tasks to my list to give to my team, right? So the off days that come up, and they will come up, that I don't care who you are or how good you think you've got it, you will get those off days. They will come up and you will feel like crap and you will feel like, I don't want to do this. And you just have to kind of push through it, right? Like, you have to, I think, allow yourself to feel the way you feel, number one. You know, I used to work with somebody who would always say to me, oh, just focus on the positive, focus on the positive, focus on the positive, ignore those negative thoughts. And I just think that's really bad advice, because if you do that, then you're not allowing yourself to really process the stuff that's going on in your head, negative or otherwise. And so how I really feel, and what I do now for myself and what I tell my clients to do, is allow yourself to feel shit if you want to feel shit, right? And allow yourself to feel angry, and allow yourself to feel sad, allow yourself to feel scared, allow yourself to feel those feelings, because it's normal. You are human. It's natural for you to feel those things from time to time. And then what I do is I just don't allow myself to feel those feelings for too long. So I'll usually give myself like an hour tops. Usually it's like, honestly, like 10-15 minutes, and I'm like, boom, I'm out of it. But sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So after an hour, if I'm still feeling sorry for myself and I'm feeling like, oh my God, this is so hard, I'm so scared, this is terrible, or whatever the feeling is, then it's like, okay, stop it. Now we focus on the positive. Now we're moving on to bigger and better things. Now we're going to stop it with this negative shit, right? But I let myself feel those feelings. And I think that's really one of the biggest things that has helped me to get through those off days, because it's like, yeah, today sucks, I hate this, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lay in this nice warm comfy bed, nobody's gonna miss me if I'm gone for one day, it's no big deal, I just don't want to do anything, right? I allow myself to think those things, And then it's, you know, after a while, I just like snap out of it. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I actually don't want to lay here in bed. I want to get on a live stream. Excuse me. Oh my God, I should have brought water. I want to get on a live stream. I want to write my messaging. I want to email my list. I want to create this. I want to do this, whatever, right? It just comes, but it doesn't normally come for me if I don't allow myself to feel those feelings. If I'm forcing myself to be positive when I'm not feeling positive, I'm not going to get those feelings of, well, screw it. I'm just going to pretend that I'm happy and I'm going to do this live stream and I'm going to do this email and whatever. That doesn't work for me. And from what I've experienced, it doesn't work for a lot of people. And so that's really what I want to say is, if you are feeling off, if you're having an off day, allow yourself to feel the way you feel and then move on. Just move on. Like, don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself all day, and don't wallow in the self-pity and all of that crap. But allow yourself to feel those feelings and then just move the fuck on. Like, that's it. Move the fuck on. And then things just get easier and it's more fun. And then you've gone through that process of feeling like crap. And unlike most people, it only took you an hour or less. And other people, it could take days or weeks, right? So it's like, you have to make sure that you're allowing yourself to process what's going on, and you're allowing yourself to feel shitty if you want to feel shitty for a little while. And then the most important thing is to just move on and to allow yourself to move to the next state of happiness, right? I had a flatmate in Bali today and drank my ass through the morning. I wish I had a pool to jump into and a motorbike to ride around on. That would instantly boost my mood. Yeah, you really do need to just move the fuck on. I'm serious. Like, I'm really getting tired of the coaches and the people online, the internet marketers that are saying things like, just focus on the positive, just be positive, just ignore those negative thoughts, don't let them come in. That's not normal. Like, that, nobody can do that, or at least they can't sustain that. They can't do it for very long. You have to allow yourself to be human. You have to allow yourself to feel the way you feel, but you get to choose how long you feel that way, right? So if you're going to go from instantly feeling like complete and total shit to, oh my God, today's the best day of my life, you're faking it, right? And it's not one of those things where you can fake it till you make it either. That's not how things work in the human mind. You have to feel the way you feel and allow that to happen. Just don't do it for very long, and then just move on, right? Feel shitty for yourself. Feel like, oh my God, I'm awful. Today sucks. I don't want to do this. Go take like a 20-minute nap or whatever, and then get up and move on. That's it. Focus on allowing yourself to feel the way you want to feel, and then go into the positive shit, okay? Then you can be all hippie about it and be like, I'm so happy. Then you can do that. But allow yourself to feel like shit first. And so that's really the biggest message I wanted to put out there today from my experience over the last few days of having those off days and really feeling like crap and really feeling like I don't want to do this. I mean, it comes up from time to time. Luckily for me, it doesn't happen very often. But anytime I go away, I usually get some type of resistance when I come back, where I'm like, oh, I don't need to do this today. One more day. Nobody's going to miss me. It's not a big deal. And so even I need some encouragement from time to time, which is why I'm so grateful for my entrepreneur friends and mentors and things like that, is I have people that can kick my ass about it and be like, listen, Cassie, you need to do this. You need to wake up and do this, right? No more sleeping until like noon. Wow. No sleeping until noon. Fresh coconut. Have a block of dark chocolate. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today, is allow yourself to have those off days, but don't allow them to be days, okay? Allow them to be a little bit of time, an hour max, where you just allow yourself to feel like shit, feel sorry for yourself, do whatever you want to do, and then snap out of it and move the fuck on, okay? That's my biggest message for today. And before I go, don't forget to message me if you want to get in on one of the VIP days that I have set up. I'm doing them. I was going to do it in New York, but unfortunately I have a funeral to go to this weekend, so I had to cancel that. But I am going to be doing them via Skype. Yay! So wherever you are in the world, we can get together and build your empire. Build your empire together. Build a plan for that. I'm going to have a couple spots. I think there was 8 in total. I'm not sure how many are sold yet. I haven't checked my messages today. but I know that a couple of them are already gone. So there's 8 spots. I'm going to be doing them through October and November. So if you want one, send me a message. I'll give you all the details. It's going to be over 5 hours, and we'll have a couple of breaks, of course. And it's the best way to work with me and get a lot of shit done very quickly at a price point that will make your jaw hit the floor. I don't even know why I'm doing it this cheap, but I am, because I feel like, you know, I'm letting some people down by not doing the New York thing this weekend, even though it's not really in my control. And so I want to make it up to you by your empire building plan. Like I said, we're going to go through your mindset. Number 1, mindset for sure. We're going to craft your message and make sure that you're actually reaching the right people. Most important. And then we're going to be talking all about your offers, what you can sell, how you can sell, how you a message if you want one of those, or if you want some info on that. And remember as well that no matter how shitty you may feel today,